Hi guys, welcome back to another quick daily card pull. Today we're pulling from the Energy Oracle cards. They were showing someone with their right hand side. Look, keep an eye on your left side. I don't know if it's a birthmark or this is new bruising, but just it's something the spirit is bringing to someone's attention. 444 is also significant. 1111, so regarding the home. But the channeled card for this one was Angel of Balance. If you're like myself and things were a little chaotic, but we saw our way through instead of panicking or this or that, it's just like, okay, well, I guess it's gonna be pushed off until this is done. Like I had the sinus, whatever was going on there, and then another situation, and then the cold. So it's just like learning to roll with the punches, basically, of life. But they are signifying with this new moon that balance being restored. Love the fact that they're showing like new opportunity, new portals. Like they're showing the Page of Pentacles, or not Page, well, yeah, Page of Pentacles, but Ace of Pentacles, where they're saying like new opportunity come in. You don't have necessarily the experience with this company, or they're saying company or person, but it's going to be fruitful. I love the fact that it's unconditional love. Spirit will help you with this. So if you're getting knockings of this, start speaking positively into the situation. Even if other people are trying to meddle, like they told you to stay away from groups of gossipers or groups of people because they're toxic. It's like they said, you keep company with fools, you'll end up doing foolish things and bringing foolish things into your life. Guilty by association. So this is where they're saying new opportunities coming in. Spring has started for a lot of people. Fall for, our brothers and sisters on the other side of the world. My family that's in Australia. It's like they're getting ready for, they're done with the heat. They're ready to relax and be toasty and, chill out for a bit. Sleep in. If things have been chaotic, this is a time of rest and rejuvenation. I feel like especially with myself, because my sleep kind of got messed up with that cold. So it's like rest and rejuvenation, but getting sounder sleep. Because when you have broken sleep, you end up being more exhausted, where it's like everything is working out now. Like they were saying, Angel of Balance. So maybe that's where you're feeling that breaking up. Like, oh, speaking of which, they're like, take your vitamins. And I'm like, didn't take my vitamin. I'll take it on my next break. But you know what I mean? It's just rest and rejuvenation. Even meditation. I was outside and it's like, you haven't meditated in a while. And I'm like, yeah, I need to start bringing that into as a habit, making that a routine I bring into my life again. Love the sun. Like, I feel like a lot of us are future tripping. I've been seeing knockings of things. So I feel like a lot of people, especially if you put your life on social media, people will like to give opinions. Even if you're just kind of like venting and just, like, oh, I get what you're talking about, and you're just kind of share a little too much. This is the problem. It's like, people open the floor, the 444 again, for opening up. And when you do, and you're vulnerable, they crap on you for it. So read the room, find your people, because clearly some people are just looking for you to say something. The virtual lady from Australia, she's, I can't remember her name. She's freaking hilarious. Her mom was visiting and someone made a comment about her eyebrows. And she goes, I'm not taking advice from a couch Karen. I was like, oh my God, that's so true. It's like they have nothing better to do. But appreciation, and I feel like it's like appreciation and taking hold, like they're showing the star card of all the big and the small things, like, things that you're currently appreciating, the things that are currently in your life. I feel like a new form of appreciation with this, because sometimes, we forget how blessed we are, how that things that we asked for, even though we didn't know how it was going to happen or how it was going to work out, somehow, some way, the universe was like, you know what, we got you. Our loved ones, our if I can speak, archangels, guardian angels. I've been multitasking to the highest today. But it's just like, that's why I'm saying, like, even if, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're Delulu, you're this, you're that. Well, then it was not meant. This is not meant for you. This is, you know what I mean? It's just like, if you believe, you will see how things will happen. Someone threatened us. They're like, you better figure it out because this is going to happen. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And of course it affects my children. So I really, get really ticked off about it. But I was just like, you know what? Instead of wasting my energy, and I put my faith in God, and whatever resonates with you, your highest self, your higher power, universe, it's just like, You take care of this. I'm going to, like they say, give your problems to the Lord and stop wasting your energy on stupid, low vibrational things. Angel of Love, and I feel like this is very potent where a lot of people, especially Mother's Day coming up, a lot of people like to be selfish and make it all about them and forget the fact that you're a mother too. You know, it is your day too. Not that you're asking them for anything, but it's just like, I would like to spend time with my family. You know, so maybe, you know, let's do your Saturday, I do mine Sunday. And change every year. You know what I mean? But you still, you know, make it a part of the day. But it's just like, you have a right to sleep in. You have a right to have breakfast in bed, flowers, whatever. You know what I mean? Even if you're a mother figure, buy yourself something small. You know what I mean? You don't have to go crazy. But maybe even a rose cord, you know? Or drop little hints to your partner. Hey, this is what they're showing, this Sephora sale going on. It's like, hey, you could buy me the same amount you're going to spend on me, but you could get more bang for your buck right now. They're showing 555 on the timer. I feel like it's changing the perspective of yourself. The Garden in the Gate, I feel like there's like that situation, that project that came up. I was scared about it, and I feel like that it will also play and where I'm utilizing my skills. Well, who knows what's going to happen there, but I feel like that's just like, don't let fear hold you back, because it's just like, go ahead, do it. And, you know, it's just like this. I was so scared to do lives. I was so scared to post. You know, post was fine for me. You know what I mean? But I'm not that type of person that's like wants to be in front of the camera, wants to have pictures taken or any of that. You know what I mean? I just exist. You know what I mean? Shane was the same way. We're not like, you know, those people that are running in front of the camera. So I feel like when they're saying the Garden in the Gate, it's like you are opening yourself up to situations and showing that you are fine with opportunities coming in that you're not sure about, but you're going to push forward, suck it up, and do it anyway. And whatever happens. It's kind of like where I am now, where it's just like, I wanted to quit the day of the doing the test calls, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it's like, oh, I'm gonna fail anyway. They already said if you don't get this, like, you're not gonna get the job. And I was just like, I wanted to quit. I was just like, I'm not gonna pass it anyway. But it's like, I was so nervous, and I'm like, you know what, just do it, and whatever happens. So, you know, 4 years later plus, so it's like, you never know what opportunities come in front of you. And it's like, you're so scared to do it because you're just like, oh my gosh, because we're so used to people saying, oh, you're going to fail, you're this. You know, I don't think it would have been brought in front of you if you weren't worthy of it. So, you know, moving from this scarcity energy, and that's changing because you're dare to see or experience things that you're not comfortable with. You know, 2 + 3 going into numerology is the number 5, change and transformation. So you're looking for ways to, they're saying, un-F yourself. But I feel like in a lot of ways it's just because of what we feed our energy into. People, places, toxic things that are not worthy of our energy, time, our love. They're showing the hostilities leaving, you know. 2 + 6 is 8. So you're gonna be successful in this. Like the post that I just did before this was talking about like a money magnet of abundance and success. So it's like, oh, instead of always having our guard up or always living by the sword, you know, kind of going into our spiritual beliefs here, it's not so much that you don't live by the sword. It's just like you have your guard up, but it's like, you know, F around and find out kind of energy. It's like, you know, you know what I mean? It's just like, I know with one situation, you give them, you know, a foot, they take a mile. You know what I mean? And it's just like, there's no respect. Like, they don't even respect themselves, you know? So it's just like, keep that energy on your side. Highlighting the family. So unconditional love. We were talking about 444. You know, they have 4 people in this picture. So foundation, strong foundation. You may be planning vacations to somewhere sunny with a beach. So it could be just knockings of that. They're also showing a caring connection here. So a reconnection of 1 + 4 is 5. So for some of you, maybe romantic, this is something you're calling in. But I feel like it's like reconnecting, you know, I feel like that's a lot of the time what, you know, you see Shabbat for, you know, again, going towards our belief system, but like, you know, Easter Sunday, not Easter, but Sundays, Easter, I keep saying Easter. Maybe that's significant. Maybe this Easter Sunday was significant for you. Or I feel like their Orthodox is later for their Easter, but Sunday dinner, that's what I meant. I feel like that, just that reconnecting with family, It could be that your kids are coming into that like age or understanding like what the importance of that is. It's not to, drive you crazy or take you away from your friends, or just being annoying. It's because it's like we want to establish those connections. We want to find out what's going on in the day. We, you know what I mean? Have a good laugh, It's just going to the movies, just spending time. It really does recharge, like they were saying, angel of love. It's like, it does help to be around people, places, and things that do recharge your battery. Going for hikes and everything. You don't have to spend a ton of money. Having a barbecue in the backyard. Blooming abundance, and this is where I feel like the star card, where they're just like blessing after blessing after blessing. Don't overlook, some things that a lot of people will overlook. It's like, if you're thankful for those things, they will continue to bless you with things. So they hear your heart. I love this dragonfly. It's standing out here. That's a bunch of bugs on a flower. It kind of looks like a bolt there. But this one right here kind of looks like a bolt. But working gears, so like steampunk, maybe something significant. What was I gonna say? Blooming, I feel like a more opportunity. They heard your cries that you're like, this is coming up and this is coming, like I was saying, like Mother's Day, graduations, uh summer of birthdays. It's like, they all are kicking off, and it's like they hear those calls. So it's just like, keep saving the money. You know what I mean? You don't have to spend it all. I like to get ahead because it just helps, where, my kind of mind is like, okay, that's taken care of, that's done. You know what I mean? Just start like, I'm on my second one working on that, and I know the next one's, you know what I mean? So it's just like, keep working on it. Keep, saving it. If whenever the opportunity comes in, do it. It's not, some of you, it may come in, a larger sum, like $1,500. Some of it's a little smaller, but it's like, if you are thankful for the smaller increments, those increments will grow, is what I'm trying to basically say. You saw that I did the Viking rune to call money in. I usually write it on my index finger on my left hand, and then like on the inner parts of my fingers, and then on my middle finger, I write like rows of Viking runes, and it's just to call that in. It's just, what's coming up. You know how big, what time it is. This the summer of chaos, and then we start saving for Christmas. So it's just, I feel like, again, like his victory is underneath. It's like, you will be victorious. And again, like I was saying, when the small increments come in, be thankful for those small increments, because more and more, like they said, blooming abundance. There is no limitation of what they can bring in here. Just because they bring in this increment right now, and it's like, yeah, it helps. You know what I mean? But you would like to see a larger increment. That's what we're building towards. You had to work on your relationship with money. So they're saying, like, now that you worked on that relationship with money and you understand, and from before is where we kind of go into this mode of spend, spend, spend. You know what I mean? It's like, now it's just like, save for those rainy days. Like lovely Mimi said, she would tell her younger self, it's going to rain a lot in life, save for those rainy days. I feel like because the four chakras here is because you wear your heart on your sleeve. You are definitely, your love language is, you know, buying things for people and seeing them smile. Like they're showing like lovely, not lovely Mimi, well, lovely Mimi as well. She's a gift giver, but also Mama Cookie, where she's like, I'm a basking giving B word. So that way I don't get, warnings or anything for my language. But I feel like that's what they're saying. They know what kind of heart you have. I know that I had spoken something and I'm not going back on it. It's just like, can you help me utilize my hands to help in this situation, because this is someone that definitely deserves just a break. You know what I mean? I know there's a lot of us that deserve a break, but it's like, what is going on with this person should not be going on. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of us are like, this should not be going on. You know what I mean? This was not on my bingo card. So, you know what I mean? It's like, you can either make situations make you bitter or make you better. And it's just like, you don't be a gatekeeper. Help people out. You know what I mean? It's, it's a beautiful feeling when you're able to see that someone that you care about is in a better situation and got the break that they needed, that they deserved, and, what a blessing. Like, literally, they were like, I was literally praying last night for this to change, and this came in. So why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? cornucopia. So I feel like from now till fall, I feel even till next spring, to be honest, this may be just opening up for you because you've changed your relationship with money, and this is why they're saying it's like, blessing after blessing. Be thankful for the little increment because there's bigger ones coming on. And if you're just like, you know, well, that's how they're going to look at you. You weren't appreciative of this. Why am I going to bring this in? Start being more appreciative. They're trying to ease this anxiety. So why? And there's 11/11. So that may be something that stands out for you, or the month of the year 11, according to the traditional calendar now, which is November. But anxieties are lifting, and I feel like again they're trying to change that relationship. And I feel like instead of putting all your energy into worrying that it's such scarcity, and that's what I'm saying, you're worried about scarcity, but when they bless you with a smaller increment, you're like, that's not good enough. Well, why don't you sit there and say thank you? You didn't have to bring this into my life, but you did. And I'm appreciative of that you said that into my life. They're showing, strength as we move forward here. I know with myself, of those 3-4 weeks of things going on, I'm able to, put my energy into places that I wanted to get done. Like today, I was cooking dinner. We came up with a plan because, when I'm working, it's hard to get other certain things done, and they're like, let's do this. So that's what I did today. And while that was going on and I was cooking and washing dishes and watering and plants, and I was like, there was a project I wanted to get done. I was able to get it done as safely in the area that it was. I was able to sit there and take, a couple seconds, do, so much of it. Took, went and kept an eye on what I was doing, came back. So it's like Angel is strength in so many ways. And that's what they're saying. Take your vitamins. So maybe you're kind of laxed with that, or like you were like myself, Fast of Esther, Passover, having the cold. It's like you weren't able to take care of that part as much as before, but here you are again, getting back onto that routine. And this is why I was saying financial constraint. It's like it weighs heavily on your heart. Show broken heart. So maybe oh God. Maybe some, I don't want to say that, but maybe something from a broken heart situation. There's something financially coming in here. I hope not. Like, honestly, like, ugh. It's like no amount of money would ever. I feel like the financial constraints, just a reminder, is like as money comes in, even whatever increment it is to be mindful that, there are things coming up. So, like I was saying, like birthdays, like ours is the summer birthdays, but also like Christmas and stuff like that. Or, there are also talking about the like future, not trying to future trip, but it's just like, being mindful of your spending at the same time. And again, it's not about scarcity or anything, 555. So again, change when it comes to, our limited beliefs, where they're saying like, someone's like, pfft. I just feel like it's just like kind of like future planning, but it's just like obviously like they said, like if something comes up and you need to spend the money for it, I feel like it's already yours. Is what they're saying. It's already yours. The heartbreak is really what got there for me. It's just like, I'm just writing that down so I can put it on my timestamp, or on my story. But maybe there's heartbreak regarding how this money comes in, or, you know what I mean? It's just like, if like, you know what I mean? It's just, you would switch that situation if you were able to, you know what I mean? So that's why it's just, or kind of heartbreak where it's just like, you feel like you should be somewhere else in life because of how you're a hard worker and how you build your foundation. So I feel like it's just like, you know what I mean? It's hard to readjust after stuff like that, but maybe there is something that is owed to you out there and it's coming in, is maybe what they're trying to, articulate. 1919, I just saw. But remember, we were talking about that. They're just showing again that envelope that's coming in. It could be certified mail, but I'm seeing bubble mailer. So they were talking about passports. So that may resonate still. Biggest thing is being patient. And I feel like, again, with 16, 1 plus 6 is 7, which is enlightenment. And with enlightenment, they're saying, like, again, going back to that relationship that we have of that appreciation. It's like, even when it's a small increment of money, it's like, like maybe you just win $10. on something, and it's like, hey, it could have been zero. Where Saul is, they're at their law practice he opened with Kim, and he's tipping the delivery driver, and he's like $1 because he's told him to keep the change, and he goes, we can make it zero, and the kid's like, you know what I mean? But it's just like, they hustle to bring it over, make sure you got your order and everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lack of appreciation. You know what I mean? But I feel like, again, like they're saying, lack of appreciation. So this is where Spirit is like, show more appreciation, and you will see how things will change in your life. And I know people will be like, ugh, they're full of, because I'm getting a lot of that lately, DMs and couch Karens. I feel like this is also like they were talking about getting back into routine. So maybe this is something you've fallen out of. And it's like bringing back that routine of believing in yourself, believing that you work hard. All the things that are meant for you are coming your way. It's like we all want it at once because we're just so used to instant gratification, and we get everything quickly and we get everything right away. That, go on Google and boom, there's your answer. So I feel like this is where Spirit is like, be a little bit more patient and understanding with that, but also understand we do play a vital role in that, in our belief system, but also in how we're trying to bring things in at that time. I just feel like we're going to have a lot more patience, and you'll see that as things are coming through because you are having that deeper understanding. They're talking leveling up. So like they're, the Asaki records where it's like the ancient wisdoms and stuff like that, and having patience with ourselves as we grow and change and expand. And, as we get older, we figure that out, to be patient, because it's like all that worrying, all that, frustration and everything else that we go through, it probably most of the time is for nothing. Life will turn out the way it's going to be. We can guide our children, we can, guide ourselves, or, pray, or whatever resonates with you. But at the end of the day, it's like, you're doing the best that you can, and that's all you can do. Show yourself some love during this time. If Mother's Day doesn't, because even if, just take what resonates. If it's you're not the mom, maybe highlighting your mom in your life, or that caregiver, or that nurturer in your life. And even for yourself, that message of self-love still does resonate, and just even small gestures help out. So whatever way you want to have that in your life, definitely do it. They're mentioning transform. So may the universe bless you good. Have a good week.